Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Jets.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost two there, and it's third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2. Wrong. And a loose football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
throwing on first down. Roth. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Roth. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the...
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. That time a 6-play drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And brought in downfield by Burks. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
He'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's their cornerback. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them. It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down. And oh, he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Roth. He finds his man. Complete. It's Porter. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. To throw on 2nd down. Roth. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And this one is right through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Going to the right here and finding Burks. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. He gets it to Burks again. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back to throw here. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the visiting Patriots who come in and get the victory on the road. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we take the long trip across the country, about as far as you can go. Check on the Seahawks in Seattle. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles start the campaign 1-0 with the road victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the...
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The trick play works. Excellent execution. 18 yards on that fake and a first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And oh, that nearly their first. Pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. So close to an NFL record, but denied by the crossbar.
And you have to feel bad for him, don't you? He squeezed every last inch out of that kick. Oh, I thought he had it, but you said it. He's denied by the cruel sound of the metal crossbar.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. Roth. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
A try here for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 20. Yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roth. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Jets. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Point after up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon on presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. 29 yards. And the Jets have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Hands it off out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leave. With a 4th and 1. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a first carry for their fullback. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Roth, he finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On second down, they'll run it here. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw. Roth. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here's the option going right. And it's a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And some room to work. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. 2nd and 2. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 55 yards out. It has the distance, and it is good from 55 yards out. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the 49ers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.